So now we're going to get into our real life love scenario.
Let's do it.
So this was something that has hit the blogs a little late on it, but we still gonna talk about it because it's a good conversation to have.
It is.
I'm referencing the article from Essence with Elizabeth Ayola, who's one of the writers that we referenced here before, just to help summarize this conversation. But it's around Jonathan Majors and his girlfriend Meagan Good.
Yeah.
So let me proceed. Jonathan Majors recently had his first interview since his guilty verdict in the case with his former girlfriend, Grace Jabari. The actor sat down with Good Morning America on Monday, January 8th, to discuss the verdict. And during the conversation, he spoke about his girlfriend, actress Meagan Good, and referred to her as his Corretta, in reference to Corretta Scott King, wife of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. She's an angel, he said to ABC News Live's Lindsay Davis. She held me down like Corretta Scott King. I'm so blessed to have her, he said. The relationship is still fresh, but I think I found her. Good happened to be in the background of this interview, watching Majors intently as he responded during the interview. Majors, 34, was found guilty of reckless assault and harassment by a jury within a matter of hours. During the ABC interview, he claimed he was shocked by the verdict and took no responsibility regarding any of the events that unfolded, aside from not exiting the relationship sooner. Throughout the trial, the actors have been attached to the hip with Meagan Good, 42, appearing at every court date to support her man. And June 23rd, the Creed 3 actor was spotted meeting Good's family at Red Lobster. It was unclear when the couple began dating, but they seem to be weathering the storm together. So if you didn't know, now you know. So throughout this time, Rhonda was choked up with emotion. Couldn't really, is trying to figure out what's going on.
Now you're making it worse.
So I know she has an opinion on this situation.
I do.
Rhonda, what's your thoughts? First, what's your opinion? And could you stick with someone that you are not married to through something like this?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Okay, like, this whole situation is like, I've been just so confused by it since the beginning. I really have. I want to say I think that Meagan Good is incredible. Like,
Yes.
I think that she's a great actress. It goes without saying that she's beautiful. I have met her before, and she is so nice and so kind and so sweet. And with all that being said, I was actually surprised to see her dating him when it came to the light. Like I was just so shocked by that, because you really don't know him, and so to meet a new guy while he is going through a legal battle, whether you believe him or not, to me is irrelevant. You don't know him enough to believe anything because you just met him. Like, I do think the relationship, like he even says it's fresh. So I cannot wrap my head around it. I think she's involved in, and he may very well be kind. He does come across as a very kind person. But I got very enthralled with that case. And unlike a lot of things that you see on the internet, there are so many other details to that case that don't necessarily bubble up to the headlines. And so a lot of people miss them, and a lot of people don't realize that some of the reason why the jury decided the way that they did is because there were things that had happened in that relationship prior that he admitted to. There's documentation of that. So it showed that there was a history of issues in the relationship. So to me, even if I had tried to date you, I don't think that I would be at the courthouse with you. Like, we would maybe be dating quietly behind closed doors until you get through this. I think it's a very private situation. It's a very private matter that certainly a new woman should not be involved in. And so it just blew my mind that Meagan feels so comfortable being so stand by your man with a man that you just met, who at the time of that incident, he was in a relationship with Grace Jabari. They were breaking up, supposedly, but they were physically together. They were coming from somewhere together. So you truly weren't broken up. And so how just a few months later, you're like, this is my man and I'm gonna stick beside him, is very, very shocking to me. I'm not here to judge, but that part is shocking. The second piece of it is from the case and some of the evidence. There was audio of Jonathan saying to Grace that, referencing that he wants a woman that is supportive and very revered like Corretta Scott King, and he also referenced Michelle Obama. He said that to Grace in a disagreement. So just by that design, I do not want you referring to me as that, as your new girlfriend. I don't, because you asked another woman and there's audio recording. You asked not just a woman, you asked a white woman to be supportive, like two of our most statuesque, iconic Black political wives. You're asking a white woman to be more like them, which I know, again, you're talking about the support piece, but the optics don't make sense. Choose a strong white woman that she should be more like. You know what I mean? Like, why you chose Corretta and Michelle, I'm not really sure, because that's not who you chose to be in a relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
So to then take that and be like, oh, well, my ex wasn't Corretta, but you my Corretta. Nah, that's not a compliment. In fact, I'm offended. And when they panned to Meagan when he said that, her face was like, I think she was holding herself together, like just trying to be supportive. And I think she knew she would be on camera. I think she knew that.
Mm-hmm.
She knew that they would be panning to her. And her face was just kind of like, I would have been in the back room with him like, don't ever embarrass me like that again. Do not, because that is ridiculous. So I'm just not feeling anything about it. I mean, I guess I wish them all the best, but Jonathan not taking accountability for the part that he played in this, not just he should have exited the relationship sooner, you also shouldn't have picked her up and shoved her in a car. You shouldn't have done that either. You shouldn't have been texting another woman while you were sitting next to her in a truck. You shouldn't have been doing a lot of things. So the fact that he took no accountability and now just wants to paint this picture like, oh, I'm a victim and my beautiful Corretta-like girlfriend is just holding me down. I just think it's a crock of crap. And I think he needs to go sit down. So you need to take a whole break, my brother. You do. You need to learn. Little tap, tap. Little tap, tap.
Rhonda read that up and down, didn't she?
Yeah, because I've had so much to say about this. And, we don't know these people, but I'm just not feeling Jonathan Majors. And I probably am amongst the unpopular crowd that does not think that he's a victim in this situation.
Well, I think it's that dynamic, especially first, it depends on who you're talking to, right? Mm-hmm. When you enter into the Black community, Black man, white woman,
yep,
it's always seen as the white woman was intentionally trying to take advantage or manipulate or, especially some Black man of, notoriety and celebrity and stuff like that, sure, she was working a game on him, right? Mm-hmm. So there's less sympathy for her a lot of times in situations, no matter what happened, because it's like, you shouldn't have been with him in the first place.
Yeah.
But in reference to what you said about Meagan Good, Meagan Good, met her twice, and she's always been great. She was a celebrity crush of mine when I was a young lad, but she's always been great, always been gracious, nice. Every person that I've known who's interacted with her has said the same thing. So just an overall sweet, generous, nice person.
Yeah.
I think that when it comes to this situation, that of course, anybody could choose to be in whatever relationship they want to be in, right?
Yes.
And I think that there's something to respect about somebody who's like, I'm in this, and if I tell you I'm in it,
I'm in it.
I'm in it, right?
Yeah.
Because there's so many people who fair weather with certain things, but it's like, she says she's in it, that's the person she's dating, and she in it. Like,
that's it.
You gotta respect that, the commitment of at least of that to say like, I'm riding out with the person that I'm telling you that I'm with. I don't know, and this article references it, I don't know when they started dating, how soon, but we know that he is not too far removed from his last girlfriend anyway, so there couldn't have been much of a exclusivity point, when it comes from their relationship. But I think also what could factor into this is that I know, from the things that I've read, the things that I've seen, the relationship with Devon, that there was, because he and they collectively were so heavily in the church, it was this thought of like trying to watch every single thing that you do and how you act and what you say, and because you were constantly being judged, in that arena. I think that there was something where like a woman accused or like try to call her out on stage off of like something she was acting in or the way she was dressing and stuff like that.
It was the way she was dressing.
Yeah, the way she was dressing. It's just like, it's like, dang, like every time I'm in these environments, I'm told you can't do this, you can't do that, do like this, do like that. And this might be this next relationship to where you just like, I don't care what nobody say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just do what I want to do. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody, because the last time I was in something, I was following all these rules and it was like eating me up inside. And I didn't want to do that. And it like,
Yeah.
it was something I was battling with. And we know sometimes when you enter one relationship and something's an issue, you might go the opposite way with the next thing. It's like, so I think maybe, possibly, I don't know if this is the case, but
Right.
in this situation, you could be like, I don't care what none of y'all think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to do what I feel is right, what's in my heart, what I want to do. And if people feel a way about it, so what?
So be it.
So, you know, that's the most I can say about this situation. When it comes to their relationship,
I just thought of something I did.
Rhonda
So
has
messy.
Rhonda has more knowledge about the whole case and everything. I think that it's unfortunate because I feel like in everything we all have some accountability in things. And the fact that he is just like, nah, I ain't do nothing really.
Yeah.
And he was the one, if I remember, that initiated this whole
He called the police.
this whole process anyways.
Yep.
So it's just interesting just saying like, I don't take any responsibility. So I think that that's something that he
should
has
have
to
just
really look
handled
at.
her heart better. I was like, man, they didn't. His team don't really like him like that, because this wasn't. Or maybe he was like,
Well, he
I'm
seems
just
like the
say
type
what
of person that just will be like,
I'm gonna do what I want to do. Yeah, I guess so. The shady thing that I did though, I'm sorry, Meagan. Come on the show so we could talk to you later. Don't take this the wrong way. Devon popped up on my timeline. It was just like a random, because I follow him.
yeah.
And I went to type in his car, like send him a message like, go get Meagan now. Go get her, okay? Go get her and fix it. I didn't do it though. Of course I didn't do it. But I thought about it. I was like,
you didn't do it.
I didn't do it. I would not actually do that. But it popped in my head and I was like, can you go get her? Please go pick her up. Go pick her up.
Because when you met her, it was both of them.
It was them, yes.
Yeah.
And like early on in their in being married, and they were very lovey-dovey, tucked off in a corner in a very big, loud party. So it's not where you would expect to find people. And it was just the sweetest thing ever. And they really just didn't even want to be there. They eventually laughed like, yeah, that's not really our scene. It's not like, we just kind of want to be with each other. So it was very sweet. I respect and understand that after 10 years, a lot can change.
For sure.
And clearly it did, rose to the occasion of divorce. But I thought it. When I saw it, I was like, can you go pick her up, please? We don't want to see her parading around with this man going through this damn case. I would rather just see Meagan living her life. You know what I mean? Just not connected to something so public. And I think that's why people are saying that it's a prop. Like I don't necessarily believe that, but people are saying that like she's just being used as a pawn in this situation to try to help him look good. And I actually don't think it's doing that. I don't think it's making him look good.
But I don't even think that's the case. First, I met them both when they were together, when we did the Tamron Hall thing with them. But I think, Meagan is somebody who's been in entertainment for a very long time.
Yeah.
Very similar to people like when I watched the Beyonce movie. Like, they've been in entertainment for so long that she's well aware of what's going on. Like, she's not new in this, and like, she knows everything that she's doing is a choice of hers that she's choosing to do. Who knows why? She knows her reasons for doing that and being okay with that. And if she's okay with it, then
we got to be okay with it.
We got to be okay with it.
Yeah, we have to let. She's a big girl.
Yeah,
she'll be okay.
She will be.
Devon, go get her. All right, sorry. Okay, sorry. All right, let's get to our real love scenario.